Solutions Review is on location at Boomi World in Las Vegas. Brought to you by Dell Boomi.
We are here at Boomi World 2018 in Las Vegas. I'm Doug Atkinson, and I am joined by one of Dell Boomi's integration partners, Marin Zaimov, and your system integration manager at Blackline. And you have an interesting story. It's a little bit different than what we typically see with a partner, and that is that you've actually embedded Boomi right into your solution.
That's right. Yeah. We're using Boomi to provide a product to our end customers.
And so how did you come about selecting Boomi to be part of that integration?
It was a pretty long process because the use case that we're using Boomi for is to get data into our system, and our system is only valuable for our customers if we can get data into it. So if we can do that successfully, that has a pretty big impact on the rest of the things that we do as a company. So we went through a pretty long evaluation process, and ultimately Boomi, I think, is the best choice for the use case that we have. Particularly the way that you guys have built your platform around being able to control everything through the API, being able to have, as a partner, being able to provide solutions to multiple customers at the same time and orchestrate that all through an API and kind of control that through an outside system.
Well, and the world has become much more complicated with regard to data these days, in the fact that it's no longer, a fairly loosey-goosey approach where you can manage your customer data as you see fit, because now there are all these interesting constraints that are coming down, and as a result, it's really important that you be more of a custodian of your client's data.
Yeah, that's we hold a lot of financial data as a company, and it's the security review that we went through was extensive to make sure that we're not only around Boomi and our selection of Boomi, but also in the way that we're using Boomi specifically to make sure we're keeping everything as secure as possible.
So how long have you been doing that with the Boomi integration?
Pretty recent, but we are moving pretty quickly. So we became a Boomi partner earlier this year, half a year ago, about, and we've already built 2 connectors using the Boomi technology and adding our own proprietary stuff on top of that.
And so with regard to the selection process, if you will, as you were kind of going down that path, what were some of the drivers that kind of led you toward the decision you made?
Good question. So our end goal is to not have our customers in Boomi. So we wanted to build solutions that were intuitive for accountants. And an integration platform in any shape or form is not going to be very intuitive to accountants. So we wanted to make sure that the choice we made of technology was extensible enough to where we could have our own user interface that was intuitive to accountants, but also be able to control everything going on under the hood to the extent that we needed to. That was one of the driving factors. Boomi did much better there compared to a lot of the competition, especially around the partner use case, where we have a lot of customers that we're trying to do things for, as opposed to us being the end customer of the solution. The next is the Atom. The Atom seems like it's a pretty robust little thing that doesn't need a lot of maintenance and can kind of do what you ask it to. And that's feedback that we heard from other Boomi customers and partners across our sales cycle. Yeah.
So as you go forward, what are some of the things that you're looking to do entering 2019?
The first is just scale up the amount of connectors that we have. So we're building connectors in a productized way. So that means we're going to have everything configurable instead of having to take the same thing in Boomi and replicate it over and over again. So using integration packs, using some of the technologies that are meant for that. So trying to build a lot more connectors to the various ERP systems that we need to connect to. And the second thing is start getting into real-time integrations. So with financial data, it's typically like take this gigabyte of transactions and put it into your system. And I think the accounting space in general is moving towards the need for these real-time things where accountants are now starting to, they're starting to see the light where, with their own personal financial stuff, that they can see, like, something happens in your bank, you buy something, you can see it on on a website. That's making its way into the business world, where system-to-system integration in the accounting space is becoming more and more real time. So we want to kind of be a pioneer in that space, even though the systems that we're integrating to are pretty old school.
Well, and it's an exciting time in that not only can you do more with those kind of APIs and connectors, but the speed at which you can move the data is increasing incredibly.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool technologies coming out for that. We're looking forward to using Boomi for some of the stuff. I think we have some other use cases where we talk to ERP systems directly. There's kind of a variety of solutions out there. Yeah.
Well, Marin, thanks very much for swinging by. We appreciate you stopping in, and best of luck with the rest of the show.
Cool, awesome, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.